Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I have a great video in store for you guys today. Literally, I'm not just saying that. You guys want to stick around until the end. First and foremost, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. 33,000 subscribers past that. I cannot thank you guys enough for the insane amount of support. You guys know I'm a single father raising a 6-month-old by yourself is extremely hard, so cut me some slack. I didn't post yesterday. I wasn't lacking. I was not slacking. I just didn't have time. So uh, I really appreciate you guys for the amount of support, whether it's liking, subscribing, buying my merch, whatever the case is. You guys know this channel's my heart and my soul, my passion, my income, my everything. So the littlest things really do mean a lot. Now, there's a lot of directions I want to take this channel. Whether it's writing a book about silver stacking, whether it's my 3rd edition Silver Slayer bars, the 5-ounce Kit Kat bars, whether it's a new website, a company, upgrading my merch, 3rd channel or 2nd channel, giveaways, whatever it is, I'm working on it, and I'm so excited for the future, and I hope you guys are too. So, since we got that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So, should investors be adding to their silver positions right now? Is gold and silver good or bad for you? And that's those last 2 words are the most important thing for you. Silver might be an amazing profitable investment for someone, and then someone else, it could be the worst investment, the worst purchase ever. It's very individual. And I'm going to teach you how to see or how to adjust your strategy what best fits you. Right? You gotta see what fits you. It's like a suit, you're trying to tailor, you're trying to get the suit to look the best for you. That other person, someone else, it might not look that good. So you get what I'm saying. It's kind of like that saying, catch a fish for a man, he'll eat for a day. Teach the man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. I'm not just gonna give you guys the easy way out and tell you whether you should be buying pandas or American Eagles. I'm gonna teach you how I view this, how I stack, so you can make those decisions for yourself and keep on going. So, should you invest in the silver right now? It really depends. It really depends, to say the least. A lot of people have different time frames of when they're going to sell, different ideas of silver stacking, have different amounts of income, like different things, will be buying at different prices, live in different parts of the world, have different resources. All of this is going to affect and reflect your strategy. Now, we're going to kind of do this in a generalized way because there's a lot of people, but I'm definitely going to be able to make sure by the end of this video, or you have a better idea on what your stack or your strategy should be. So let's jump into this video. I might make some side notes or some side points off from this article. I also have another video, or another article, that I'm going to step off from. It's a side note. So this first video talks about, whether you should be buying silver. And then this second article is more about the literal. It's talking about the charts, talking about people that are willing to buy and why it could be profitable right now. So let's jump into it. So while the major market averages continue to climb towards their previous all-time highs, most commodities have taken a beating since August, with the SLV being the hardest hit of the group. And we know that August, was the peak. It went from March $11 to August $30 silver, and things have really died down. So many investors were hoping that a stimulus bill agreement and continued dovish commentary from Federal Chairman Jerome Powell last week would light a fire under the metal, but this has not been the case at all. Unfortunately, silver remains 20% below its August highs and have been unable to gain any real traction since its late September low. Now, that's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean silver is going to stay low forever. It just means that the last couple weeks, nothing has really caught the investors' attention. Some investors will point to the fundamentals, manipulation and supply concerns, and reasons for new all-time highs this year. Ultimately, it's the technical picture and sentiment that dictate where the metal is headed over the short term and medium term. Given that there's no clear sign of capitulation yet, and the bears continue to successfully defend the $26.55 level resistance level, we still do not have an all clear signal to get aggressive with either silver or silver miners. And that's the thing. This is probably one of the most important things that you have to admit. Just because you love silver, just because you're bullish on silver, doesn't mean you always have to think it's going to explode. You have to be realistic. Just like when people talk about $50, $100 silver, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. We're talking about 5, 6 years down the line. If you're talking about $100 silver, a lot farther. And that's being realistic. I'm not going to tell you guys silver is going to be $100, next week, because that's going to mislead you, and you're going to have false hope, and it's really going to hurt the way you stack. So we do know that price manipulation has been something brewing along with the lines with JP Morgan spoofing, shortage supplies, but I like how he said it's the technical picture and sentiment that dictate where the metal is headed for. And if we're looking at this realistically and honestly, it doesn't look like it's gonna explode anytime soon, but that's a good thing, especially moving into the holidays. This just means we can buy more silver for cheaper, instead of it exploding and all the silver we have is basically locked down and we can't get another way in. There's still opportunity. You did not miss the boat to buy silver. A lot of people missed the Bitcoin boat. Missed the boat. It's too late, kicking themselves in the butt, wishing they got in earlier. We still have an opportunity right now. So, as noted above, sentiment is one of the best predictors of 3-month and 6-month returns. If we look at the chart above, it was flashing a significant danger signal just 2 months ago. While scanning gold sites and tallying up the number of bullish headlines, it was an easy way to judge this. The daily sentiment index data confirmed with this, with bullish hitting a multi-year high of 97% bullish, suggesting that everyone was in this pool. And that's a pretty high number. That's a pretty high percentage. Not surprisingly, the metal has performed poorly since, down nearly 30% from its 52-week high. Some bulls will look at the above chart and be impressed at how sentiment is now back in neutral territory, with a brief dip towards 30% bulls. And it's like the glass half full, glass half empty. Now you could say, wow, silver is really down from its August highs, or you could say, wow, silver had an amazing run from $11 in March to nearly $30 in August. It depends how you look at it. You can look at it from an opportunistic mind state or a negative one. And trust me, those two mind states, whichever category you're in, are heavily going to affect how profitable you are, how much money you make. And that's with any investment, not just silver stacking. However, this is the bare minimum reading we would expect after a 30% decline. Typically, we see a drop to a single-digit reading for bullish sentiment after corrections of this magnitude. Therefore, while this is undoubtedly an improvement, I would prefer to see capitulation here in sentiment to increase the probability that the low's in. Now they go through the technical picture, they go through the analytics, the chart formations. So let's get right here. So what's the best course of action? Given that silver is much weaker than gold, there is, and that they mean that because the market's so much smaller, it's more volatile, it's way more sensitive. There's no signal of capitulation in bullish sentiment yet. I continue to favor gold miners as they have more attractive valuations and much more attractive charts. I also prefer gold to silver, as gold made a new all-time high, but silver did not. So, gold did break through $2,000, all-time high it's ever been in 5,000 years. and silver didn't. Silver was sitting around what 26, 27, and that wasn't even like half of its all-time high. The gold to silver ratio was 125 to 1 in March, meaning that was the lowest or cheapest silver's ever been relative to gold. But it did correct, and now the ratio is around 78 to 1. Now, whether you think gold or silver is the more profitable one, you have to acknowledge this, what I'm about to say. Gold already skyrocketed, already made its bull run, already made its spotlight move. Silver is more volatile, and it's gold's little brother, so it mimics what gold does, but a couple months after. So if gold just made that huge run, breaking through $2,000, and silver really hasn't yet, that still means that silver has a run, a nice, a nice big run under its belt that it hasn't happened. So it's a ticking time bomb. How high? Well, it has to be at least decently high, since that's what broke gold through its highest price ever. Who knows? But I definitely know that there will be after effects. The aftermath is going to be interesting, especially when we have a presidential election right around the corner. So, silver continues to remain bullish on its long-term charts, but we get through $26.55. So this guy, see, this article isn't even bullish on silver. He said he's not adding too much exposure. He says investing in a Pan American Silver, but just because someone tells you to buy or not to buy silver doesn't mean you can't get valuable information out of it. If you're a true investor, or this is with anything, um, the personal preference or someone's opinion really doesn't matter. It's what they're saying. You know, I can take someone's video or someone's article that bashes silver to death, but I can still get a great video, a great educational video out of it for you guys, so you guys have a better stacking strategy. See what I'm saying? So anyways, this second article is silver forecast willing to buy. So this is why a lot of people are willing to buy, or what the idea of their strategy is, of their reasons are. Let's jump into it. Silver markets fell hard during the trading session on Thursday, piercing the $24 level by breaking down below there and turning around to form a bit of a hammer. That, of course, suggests that there is a lot of buying pressure underneath there. The hammer, of course, is a bullish candlestick, and it suggests that there are still people out there willing to buy. I am one of those people as well, but I also recognize that you will have to pay close attention to the US dollar because it has a massive negative correlation with silver. So there's a lot to talk about in this first part. People still think the $26, $24, $25 silver is low, and it is. Looking at the bigger picture, looking at silver's true value, especially over a long period, like thinking like 5-10 years, do you really think silver is going to be $24, $25? No. So it's definitely still cheap. And when we look at the US dollar, we have to be careful, and I like how he says pay close attention to it, because it is almost directly correlated. If the US dollar is high, gold and silver is low. If the US dollar is low, gold and silver is high. So with central banks around the world continuing to liquefy and loosen monetary policy, that suggests that silver will eventually find plenty of buyers, and that they're talking about monetary policy would be hurting the dollar, and since the dollar would be hurt, that would be bullish for gold and silver. So they're talking about gold would probably be better in this scenario because silver has a major industrial component built in. So gold is mainly in times of crisis. So he says, I think silver probably underperforms gold, but it probably moves in the same direction and for the same reasons. And that's so true. Just because silver has more industrial purposes, it's more intertwined in the economy, doesn't mean the monetary side, the safe haven side of it, can't also stand with gold. I think in the future, we're going to see those two markets split from each other. The markets will be affected by different things, as they should be. You know, silver and gold are used for very different things, so I don't know why the prices are so intertwined together. So, anyways, if you want to check that article out, links in the description for both of these. We had the first article talking about if silver is good or bad. And let me know what you think about this first article. Are you adding silver to your position right now? Do you think silver is a good or bad investment right now? And are you buying or selling? A lot of people, there's a lot of people doing both. You could be buying right now, thinking it's the perfect opportunity with a lot of potential, or you could be selling right now, thinking you want to get out right now before things get worse. With the presidential election right around the corner, let me know what your thoughts, what your strategy is. I'll tell you mine. I'm going to keep buying, especially through the holidays. There's so many Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. It's incredible. The 2021 Pandas will be out by that time, so you can get them for around spot price, believe it or not, from Modern Coin Mart's eBay page, where they sell lots of 5 and 10 and 15. So I'll be, of course, sharing all that stuff later on when it's happening. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff to look for and a lot of deals out there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos, so expect another video today. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.